I'm Governor Larry Hogan. Our state is taking unprecedented and aggressive actions in the fight to stop the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic here in Maryland. As you know, I recently issued a stay-at-home directive to ensure that no Marylander leaves his or her home unless it is for an essential job or for an essential purpose. I know how difficult this is on each and every one of you. There's a great deal of fear and anxiety. And the truth is that none of us really know how bad this is going to get or how long it's going to last. But I can promise you that there are a great many dedicated people doing tremendous things, working around the clock, and doing their very best to help keep Marylanders safe. In the days to come, we're going to need to depend on each other, to look out for one another, and to take care of each other, because we are all in this together, and we will get through this together.
This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 7th, 2020. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Yesterday afternoon, the Maryland Natural Resources Police announced that they had discovered the body of Maeve Kennedy Townsend McKean. She is the daughter of former Lieutenant Governor Kathleen Kennedy Townsend, who went out in a canoe last Thursday afternoon and was taken out by winds or tide into the Chesapeake Bay. The Charles County Dive and Rescue Team located the body about 2.5 miles south of where she entered the bay in about 25 feet of water. Her 8-year-old son Gideon was not located. According to the Natural Resources Police, they will resume searching for her son tomorrow morning. The Anne Arundel County Police are investigating an assault at a Laurel housing complex after an employee was assaulted by a woman claiming to have coronavirus. This was back on April 1st. The Anne Arundel County Police responded to the report of the assault at a housing complex on Ellen Street in Laurel. And the office staff member said that a female suspect entered the complex complaining that her vehicle had been towed and demanding to be reimbursed for the cost of the tow. She was denied the reimbursement, and the suspect then grabbed the staff member, pulling her across the counter and saying that she was COVID-19 positive and now that the victim had the virus. The suspect did flee the scene. Police were able to find out who she was, and she was identified as a 49-year-old Severn woman, and they arrested her on April 3rd. She was charged with second-degree assault as well as for violating Governor Hogan's executive orders. Speaking of Governor Hogan's executive orders, and I told you so from yesterday, Governor Hogan has signed an executive order now that authorizes local health departments to shut down businesses and organizations that local officials deem, quote, unsafe. This order gives explicit authority to health officials to shut down any businesses if they are not complying with the governor's previous orders to protect the public health and welfare and safety in the fight against the pandemic. Many local health departments were initially concerned that they did not lack the legal authority to make that determination, but now that's been decided for them by the governor. Under the order, the health official can order the business to either change its practices or demand its closure, and a failure to comply with that may result in a year in jail and $5,000 fine. Let's take this serious, folks. One of the first business casualties of the COVID-19 pandemic, Zoo Coffee, right down here on Bay Ridge Road, is going out of business April 15th. They simply posted a note to their Facebook page saying going out of business on April 15th, 2020. They are sort of having a liquidation sale. Their hours are limited. They're open from early morning till 1 p.m. only. But that caused a lot of sadness down here in the Bay Ridge, Annapolis neck area. At the time that we're recording this, there was about 145 comments on the page, all of them lamenting the loss of Zoo Coffee. It was a great local coffee shop, and I'm sorry to see them go. And I do want to say that Doug was outstanding in hiring people. A lot of people were in recovery, a lot of people that had problems in the past, and he was always one to see the good in people and give them a second chance. And I know for a fact, from a personal point of view, that he gave several kids the leg up that they needed to be very successful. So thank you to Doug for everything you've done for, I don't know, it's probably been 15 years. If you're a business or if you've been laid off or you're trying to figure out how to deal with employees and everything else through this whole COVID-19 pandemic, this may be an event that you want to listen up for. Joyce Smithey of the Smithey Law Group is going to offer free legal advice on employment matters related to the COVID-19 pandemic during a call-in hotline event on Friday, April 10th. That's this Friday. This will be on Eye on Annapolis, but what you need to do is you need to call 410-919-2990 anytime between noon and 4 p.m. She's going to have a team of attorneys on the line there, and they're going to answer all the questions that you might have. Could be business closures due to the state of emergency and stay-at-home orders, Equal Employment Opportunity Commission updates to pandemic guidance, the new Families First Coronavirus First Response Act, unemployment insurance and workman's comp, ADA compliance and HIPAA applicability during COVID-19, and OSHA guidance. That's all that Smithey Law Group does, is they just do employment law, so this will be very informative for any business owners as well as anybody that may have been laid off, has some questions. And she did mention to me, too, that callers will enjoy full attorney-client privilege, so that's a good thing there. Friday, noon to 4, 410-919-2990. And as we wrap up today, life as we know it may be at a standstill, but education never stops, and the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park never stops either. They've been working diligently for the past couple weeks to bring the museum and park to life, virtually. They do have a virtual learning resources page on the Annapolis Maritime Museum's website. You can go on a trash scavenger hunt. You can explore their oral histories collection, learn about the life cycle of your favorite Chesapeake Bay critter, take a tour of their virtual exhibits, and much, much more. You can find all that at amaritime.org. And Sarah Kryzak, who's the education director at the museum, said, as much as we love seeing our programs participants in person, they deserve to have their education supported in all environments. Right now, that means virtually accessible materials. We hope this page serves as an engaging learning opportunity for students of all ages, both in our community and beyond. So, good deal on the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park, and I can't wait to get in there and see when they open up, because they've been doing some renovations, and see what that looks like. I was down there the other day, peeked in the window. It looks pretty exciting. All right, that does wrap it up for today. Please make sure you're checking out eyeonannapolis.net throughout the day, because we do update it throughout the day. We never know what's coming down the pike. If you're someplace where you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And if you like what we do, let your friends and family know about us, and tell them how to get a hold of the podcast, and tell them how to download it and everything else. Other than that, hang tight. We've got George Young with your local DMV weather forecast. He's coming up in just 1 minute. But first, Solar Energy Services.
Hello, Marylanders. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services in Millersville, Maryland. First, I'd like to recognize Governor Larry Hogan and County Executive Stuart Pittman for their leadership through this pandemic, as we all continue to adjust to new norms in these challenging times. To be sure, we'll come out of this situation with some permanent changes to our way of life, including the possibility of a greater commitment to a more holistic and sustainable lifestyle. Because of that, maybe now is a good time for you to start thinking about your energy future, including a shift to solar for your home or business. Fortunately, Solar Energy Services utilizes interactive technology tools that allow us to continue to do business safely while providing detailed, accurate presentations and proposals from a distance. So don't hesitate to schedule a free solar design with us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net. Sunshine's a-wasting, but together, we'll get through this.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Tuesday, April 7th. Yesterday was a great Monday to get this newest set of weekdays started, with tons of sunshine and temps in the 60s and 70s across the region. And while today will bring more 60s to maybe even low 70s in spots, it'll also bring a chance of PM showers and even some possible thunderstorms, some of which could turn severe later in the night through the overnight hours and even into Wednesday morning as well, with temps well into the 70s on Wednesday, if not near 80 for some, before a final chance of rain on Thursday with highs again near 70. Then it's a big cool down for Friday after a cold front moves through Anne Arundel County with highs only in the 50s, before then a slight warm-up with sunshine and 60 or so on Saturday, before mid to upper 60s and a return of some rain chances again on Sunday. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day. Stay healthy and be safe, and be sure to get our app on all of your devices by searching DCMDVA Weather in the Apple or Google App Store. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and use our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Whether it's a fire, a hurricane, or a virus, Annapolis comes together. We've done it time and time again, because this is a town that gets it, a town that knows how to lift each other up when the world falls down. As we face this new challenge, I encourage our community to come together as we've always done. I'm Steve Samaras from Zachary's Jewelers. I pledge to lend a hand to support my family, my team, my neighbors, and the small businesses in our town. Together, let's do what we've always done.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.